Hello, and welcome to Love in the Time of Hydra, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 10th anniversary podcast. Today we are taking it back to November 3rd, 2015. The Hills by the Weekend was still the number one song, and The Martian was still the top movie. Let's mix it up, 2015, come on. Honestly, everybody, the news on this day was pretty depressing. There was like multiple bus accidents. Like we're like peaking the election time. It's just like just Google it. It's like too depressing for this podcast. But for birthdays, young Natasha Romanoff, Ever Anderson turned 8, and former Punisher Dolph Lundgren turned 58. But obviously, the most important thing that happened on November 3rd, 2015 was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s 50th episode, Among Us Hide, aired on ABC at 9/8 Central. That means this is our 50th episode of the main pod. Woohoo! I'm Jamie Jarek, and I am here with my co-host, boyfriend, and level 3 Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fan, Tony Paletto. Hi, Tony.
Hi, Jamie. Hello, everyone who's watching and listening. Thank you for being here.
Can you believe it's been 50 episodes?
No, I don't believe that. That's a lie.
It's crazy. But we have a really fun returning guest today. She's one of our favorites. She's an awesome editor. One of the great friends I made through the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fandom. Jackie Rogers is here.
Hi!
Hey, welcome back.
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you. I believe you were last here for season 2, episode 10, so it's almost been a whole year.
I know.
I know, it's crazy. I could have sworn it was more recent, but that's time for you. Without spoilers, I'm curious where does season 3 land for you? Like as a whole, how are you about season 3?
Do you not know my thoughts on season 4? Because I'm not a huge season 4 fan.
Whoa,
I'm like a beginning of season 4 fan, and then like the ending of season 4. So season 3 is my second favorite season, next to the season 7.
As someone with no point of view on this, I'm offended by that remark.
Season 4 is my favorite season, and season 3 is my least favorite season. So,
yeah.
But like, I respect. We all have different opinions, and that's what. Like, it'd be boring if we all felt the same way. And I know why season 7 is your favorite. We won't talk about it with Tony, but but we'll talk about it when we kick him out later. Otherwise, Jackie, how have you been?
Good. I just got back from Florida, ran a half marathon like a crazy person. Sari and I ran a half marathon and a 5K at Disney. Got to hang out with some of my favorite tiny humans, so that's always a good thing. And yeah.
Oh, we love it. So happy you're here. I also just want to thank Jackie because we had such a big week last week with Elizabeth Henstridge and Drew Craig Titley coming on, and then Tony and I threw a Halloween party. So I just straight up forgot to get a guest. And that's why we have amazing friends who are like not only willing to join us last minute, but I stay excited to. So
I don't think I can compare to Elizabeth and Craig, though. Let's be real.
You know what? There was nowhere to go but down.
And you are number one going down choice.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I want to thank you guys again for last week. It was such an awesome turnout, and I feel like I'm seeing people who were maybe here last week that aren't normally in the chat a lot. I'm seeing our girl Stephanie. What's up? So that's really exciting. Last week was so incredible, and we have another awesome guest next week. I think we're at like a 99%, so I feel okay announcing it. But director David Solomon, I think, is going to be our guest next week. Not only did he direct 3 episodes of S.H.I.E.L.D., but he's a huge part of Buffy. So I'm like really excited to meet him, and it's going to be a struggle to like not ask him 50 questions about Buffy. But that's going to be cool. The show might start a smidge later next week. Not totally sure. Keep an eye out on our socials just to make sure. Also, even though this pod is on November 3rd, we're recording on November 2nd, which is producer Maria's birthday. Happy birthday, Maria.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Show her some love. We couldn't do it without her. Yeah. All right. Today we are talking about Among Us Hide, which was written by former guest of the show, Drew Greenberg, and directed by Dwight H. Little. This was Dwight's only episode, but he has a great filmography. He helmed one of my favorite Halloween movies, which is Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. I love Halloween 4. He also directed 2 episodes of Dollhouse that we haven't covered yet on Patreon. So who knows? Maybe one day we can try to get him on the Patreon. He also produced Broken Arrow, which means he probably knows John Travolta. So to me, that just makes him a really cool person. Oh, this episode, a lot of people are in it, but we have to talk about Powers Booth as Gideon Malik. Tony, did you remember that Powers Booth was in the Avengers?
Yes, I do.
Yep.
I was like, it must be the same guy. I wasn't sure because of how. I guess it would have made sense that he would be the same guy because everything's still connected.
Yes, he is the same guy. In the Avengers, he's on the World Security Council. He's unnamed. He does not have a name. So it's basically just because implied that in the Avengers he was a Hydra agent, because this was before Winter Soldier. So at the time of the Avengers, he's in the World Security Council, but now we know he was all undercover. Jackie, do you remember when this came? Do you remember that connection? Because I feel like it's kind of like a low key connection.
It is a very low-key connection. I actually, now that you mentioned him being in Avengers, I forgot he was on the World Security Council with Vanessa Redgrave.
Yes!
She's the only one that I remember from that.
Vanessa Redgrave was in that council?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I forgot that too, to be honest. And I actually Googled it today because I couldn't remember if he was playing the same character. Because if you recall, for our Agent Carter fans, Enver is a cop in the Avengers, and then he shows up in Agent Carter as a different character, a character that Jackie really loves.
Just a little bit. He might be my favorite male Marvel character.
Amazing. Can't wait. We're only a couple months away from Tony from season 2 of Agent Carter, which is pretty exciting. So Tony, tell me how you felt about this episode. What were your general thoughts?
It's all right. We're coming down off of the bigness of the last one. The storyline I'm most interested in is how we're going to get back to that alien planet and how Fitz and Simmons are going to navigate the emotional minefield of her saving her hookup boyfriend, who's an astronaut and really hot. So I'm concerned about that. Very weirded out about the Andrew business. I don't know what to make of it. But I always like when May is undercover because she's so good at it. When she's like, I'm going to be cute for a short period of time. So that was very fun. And I like that. I like Hunter being very out of sorts and trying to rationalize his rash decisions. But yeah, it's good.
Great. Jackie, how do you feel about this one?
I think it's still kind of like a strong episode coming after Elizabeth's big episode because you have that big reveal of Lash. Because I like trying to think of what I was doing, or at least talking to my friends about it. Because I think the big question was, who is Lash and what's he going to do? And Jamie, you and I know what's about to happen, but Tony does not. But it made me very happy. I was actually really excited when I turned this episode on. I was like, oh yes, this episode. Because I love like Coulson's little "Are you back?" May being like, "Yeah, bitch, I'm back."
That's good.
Yeah, what I like about this episode is it feels like it's kind of everything's coming back together.
Yeah.
Like the first 5 episodes are all about like getting Gemma back, and May's not on the team anymore. She's like Hunter's doing his stupid shit. And like now it's like we're this episode feels kind of more classic Shield, which I do like. And there is a lot popping off. Like I remember rewatching it. It's like it's kind of obvious Andrew's Lash. There are so many hints, but it is like a shock the first time. Like I didn't see it coming. And Tony, it seems like you have mixed feelings about it.
Yeah. Why is he Lash? How is he Lash? What's he gonna do? It's just
that's.
I guess it's surprising because it's a major character in the show who we are familiar with, who has relationships with other characters, but I don't know. I don't know what it means. I don't know what I'm meant to take away from it. I have a lot of questions.
I mean, I think the how is obvious, which is that all the he was one of the many people who didn't know they were Inhuman and had some fish oil and whoops.
Oh,
like it's not like he was lashed this whole time. He's only been lashed since the events of the end of season 2.
He had the fish oil. He seems like a guy who would have fish oil. Yeah, his skin is impeccable. Okay, I'll go with that. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, it's not like he was like secretly a big blue monster for his whole life. But that's fair. It's I like it. I also just like Blair Underwood, and I think it's cool that they gave him like something a little more interesting.
I like him too, and I am excited to get to the bottom of it. But yeah.
I just remember it being the big mystery, right, of this whole of this whole season and stuff. Because I feel like if I remember the promos correctly in my head, it was like, who is Lash? What's he gonna do? Where are we going? Like, where are we going with him? And I love the ending, Blair throughout this episode with Gemma and both Daisy, who I'm so excited to now actually finally say the word Daisy.
Yeah, it's a relief.
It's just like I feel like they turn it on its heel a lot, right? Because then you see Gemma in the therapist chair, and then you see like Daisy going to go talk to Blair's character about Lash, and even though he knows everything about it, and Daisy's currently clueless. So
yeah, a lot. We're only in episode 6. Like, there's a lot of season left, which is pretty crazy. This one kicks off with like they're rushing Andrew in. May's nervous. It was funny because Tony went, "He's alive!" right as the character goes, "He's alive."
Yeah.
But I don't think Tony ever really thought he was dead, because we all know the number one rule of television is if you don't see somebody die, they're probably not dead.
Yeah.
correct.
Coulson had a SHIELD agent following Andrew, which is interesting. I think that makes sense, but also like I forgot. I was like, did Coulson know or suspect? But no, he didn't. He was just looking out for his guy in the who doesn't have his wife's skills, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
We get a fun little confrontation between May and Hunter, which I'm like, I just wrote in my notes, she's right. Like, everyone should be mad at Hunter.
Yeah. Him trying to rationalize it was like, it's not like I just handed them Andrew, and I'm like, yeah, you did. Like, that's kind of exactly what you did. Like Ward set the stakes. He said Andrew or me, and he said you, and that's what happens. So, but I don't know. I'm not too mad at him. I'm surprised he's still fucking alive. I thought May would have his ass in the beginning of this episode.
Yeah. Have you been frustrated with Hunter lately in these episodes, Jackie, or do you just like, yeah, he's fun, whatever?
I mean, I just think the whole dynamic with Nick Blood and Adrian are always really good, and I think they were cast really well. Like, I actually I love the moment where towards the more middle, like the team up with him and Mac and Daisy. They're all opposites, but they all come together. I think was really fun. And he's like, yeah, you know what? I do have anger issues.
Yeah.
Because they all have some type of issues.
Yeah, no one's totally 100% in the brain. Right. I got to shout out Sari's in the chat. Hey, Sari.
Hi, Sari.
Love to see you. We get like Ward's all pissed and butthurt because SHIELD came after him. Like, God, he's so annoying. And he has that scene or that line about Warner where he's like, he's either captured or killed or running, and that kind of that reminded me of that Mr. Blonde line in Reservoir Dogs.
Either the cops got him and he's dead, or he's alive and they don't.
Yeah, it was, good stuff. Daisy thinks Lash is in the ATCU. Tony, before the reveal of Andrew came, did you suspect anyone? Did you think it was Roz? Like, who'd you think it was?
Well, I knew it wasn't the henchman because it was too obvious. I forget the character's name. I did think maybe it was Roz, but then I also thought that would have been too complicated. And I couldn't really remember if she was at any point on the scene when Lash appeared. So I was like, maybe her, but definitely did not expect boy Andrew.
Yeah. I also I feel like wasn't Banks as the number 2 guy? Wasn't he in the room when that human detector Inhuman a couple weeks ago was freaking out, and he didn't freak out around him? So I feel like they should have clocked that, but maybe because Daisy was also there. I don't know. I just feel like it was obvious it wasn't him. But that's fine. I really liked the scene of May versus Bobby. Yeah. I feel like it was a good excuse just to see them go toe to toe. But I also think that Bobby kind of kicked May down a little too soon. Jackie, what do you think about this?
I actually thought they were pretty even. I loved that because it felt like that they were pretty even keeled, and I loved May's little speech of I was recruiting you before you even knew that I was recruiting you and stuff. And then May's little reveal of, no, I need you to come help me take Ward down. So
I also think that May was only bringing 75% to that fight. It was a test.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Did you think for a minute that May was really pissed enough to go beat up Bobby for something Hunter did? Because that's so out of character for me.
I did. I was like, that's not nice. But it made sense in the end.
I also feel like it's worth noting. I think it's funny that Does somebody
Sorry,
have?
that was me.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. That Hunter doesn't say the "don't die out there," and then Bobby's like, "You're not going to say the thing." To me, I feel like the first time I watched this, I was like, "Oh my god, are they going to kill Bobby because they broke that streak?" Did you think that at all, Tony?
No. I did not think we were going to lose Bobby at this time.
Okay. I do feel like it was an interesting.
Yeah, I see
thing.
where you're going with that, though.
Yeah. And then we get Powers Booth. Tony, I feel like Powers Booth is like such a cool guy to get
Yeah,
for
what a
Marvel.
name. Yeah, he passed a few years ago.
He did.
But
He died in 2017.
I've always liked Powers, man. We last year I watched Southern Comfort, the Walter Hill movie where he and I believe it's one of the Carradines are on the run. They do like a military exercise and they fuck with the wrong people. And he's great. But I think roundabout Tombstone is when Powers Booth was just like, I'm a villain. And that's just been his thing for like the back half of his career. He was just playing a mean, powerful, dangerous bastard. And he's great at it. He's really good at it.
I'm glad that he's here because like Ward can't really be the head of Hydra. Like you know what I mean? Like they're like it's just it's kind of like the real shield business, but like stupider.
Yep.
And like my question is, what's this guy been up to? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll find out. I get you don't know. I'm sure Jackie doesn't know. Nobody in the chat, there included, they don't know. We're all just sitting here not knowing together.
Oof. Jackie, just anything to add about just like the return of Powers Booth? I know we kind of talked about it already, but I just think it's a cool get.
Yeah.
It is a cool get.
Yeah, Powers is really cool. When I was watching this episode, I was like, where does this fit into the Captain America Civil War? Right? Because I remember seeing the entire cast. Well, like I went to the premiere of Civil War, so I remember like seeing the entire cast and like Powers off to like the left or whatever, and I was like, huh. But no, did Civil War already happen?
No,
yeah. I'm sorry, I was thinking Winter Soldier. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Civil War is May 2016. So we'll get to that in May. So like right as this season is coming to an end, Civil War comes out.
Because I know they wanted to bring in one of my other favorite female characters, and then it didn't work out with scheduling and stuff. So, but that's later.
Boo. Yeah, just good stuff. We get this Coulson and Roz scene. I really like that she tries to reschedule. He says no and then goes to her house. Okay, Tony, we're shipping it.
I mean, I've been shipping it since he locked eyes on that car she drove at him. No, I love this. It's like a bit of a, I don't know. There's it's a kind of a Thomas Crown Affair thing. It's like I know, you know, I know. Do you know I know? And we both want to have sex with each other. Like all of those like little wavelengths are just beautifully aligned. I love watching their interplay. And then I have feelings about Daisy's reaction to seeing them together, and we'll get to there when we get to there.
It feels very much like my dad is about to go date this woman, right? Like, that's that is the vibe that gives off. So,
yeah, she's hesitant about it, but I do like that she sees it coming, which I think is really funny. Like she gets it
on it too, which I appreciated.
Yeah, the chemistry is palpable. You can't deny. And I've said it a million times. Even if it's not Endgame, it's hot. Let's go.
They work so well together. So,
but maybe it is Endgame. Who knows? I certainly don't. I love when Hunter's talking to Fitz and is like, when your girlfriend's ex wants to come visit from buy him the plane ticket. I really like that line because like Hunter's just looking out for his buddy, but like Fitz is doing the right thing. How do you feel about this, Tony?
I think Fitz is a better man than most men can be. He loves Gemma. He will fulfill her needs, period. Even if he has to swallow his pride and his manhood to some extent, like he's just got to like eat this and do the right thing. And so Fitz is a great guy. He's the best.
Jackie, how are you feeling about the love triangle business that's happening right in this moment?
I was never I don't think I was a big fan of the love triangle in the beginning, but I was rewatching it and I was like, wow, that's like the biggest like it's just a big I love you moment. Like I don't think there's a lot of people out there that would do that for this person that they really love, and I think it's very, very sweet of him, and I don't, you don't necessarily see that side of him.
Yeah. Ooh.
Biggest
we
sister.
yeah. Daisy and Andrew, she's wondering why Lash didn't kill her. We now know, because it's him. Yeah, whoops. And he keeps asking about Lincoln. Like, Andrew really wants Lincoln. He wants to kill Lincoln so bad.
That's okay. Let him have it. Let him go. Yeah.
Like, poor man.
This might be the lamest post-credit scene we've had, or post-credit, post-logo scene of just like, oh my God, Lincoln's okay. Give a shit.
Tony, do you hate Lincoln?
I don't give a shit about Lincoln. He's fine. Aww. He's just like the guy who's there, and he's got power. I think Daisy's so great, and he's a person. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's how I feel the same way. I think Lincoln is a big dull dud. But you need that. You need those characters in shows like this. Like we've said it a million times, but he's the Riley basically of this show, and you need that energy sometimes.
Well, I feel like because like I grew to like Riley a lot, and
maybe you'll grow to like Lincoln.
Even though you understand Riley instantly, you're like, oh, you're that guy, and he is consistently that guy. Develop affection for him as the show goes on. Hopefully, I feel this way about Lincoln.
Hopefully, who knows? I don't.
It was such a hardcore Lincoln Daisy. I was like trying to find that one person that I was like, all right, who's going to be the perfect person for Daisy? And then I was like, oh, I do really love Lincoln and stuff, and like what they were kind of setting up from season 2 to maybe things that happen.
All right. She was shipping it.
I was shipping it. Yeah, I feel like I was probably one of the few people that were.
I think a lot of people just wanted Daisy to be happy, and he was there.
Yeah,
he was there. Like, what can you do? And I think and Luke does a good job playing him. Like, just like the word thing. Like, this is not an anti-Brett, anti-Luke. It's just anti the character.
Yeah.
So we're in the Cayman Islands. I love Bobby and May in the field together. We Tony brought it up a little bit, but like May's flirting. This cool like device that they put in the safety deposit box.
Yeah, I like that bomb a lot.
May wants to fight, but Bobby takes another route. Jackie, how do you feel? How this Bobby's a little scared to fight. It's like there's a lot going on in this scene.
Yes, there is a lot going on. And I think they did a good job playing that because, again, I think May has that conversation with Bobby kind of like early on. And May thinks that she's, ready. And Bobby's like, I don't know about that. Like, maybe I am actually. Like, there's a point to why Coulson's keeping me on the sidelines right now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, they're Coulson's not like being mean.
Yeah.
He knows there's a reason he's in charge. Tony, thoughts on this whole interaction? You were laughing at them kind of like her manipulating the banker guy.
I really like that. I was like, smart play. I actually didn't detect, or maybe I missed a line or something. I didn't detect the whole Bobby was eluding a fight. I just thought that Bobby was making a smarter choice in terms of espionage to just create a fiction, and they were acing it. But then like a security guard didn't buy it, puts his hand on his gun, and then they had to fight. I was kind of bummed. I was like, oh man, the con was cooking. It was playing. Yeah.
They were like about to send this guy to like Miami. He's like, on a plane with his wife, like getting ready. He shows up to like a bank that's just an empty building.
He goes, I have been thinking about a change.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the other team, the Daisy Mac Hunter, they're following Banks, and I love Hunter in this. Like because like even though Hunter's been annoying, he's just so charming that he stuns him and then he just punches him in the face to make him bleed.
He's willing to do what other people won't.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to get the solution. He's going to solve the problem the quickest, and it may not be the most graceful, but I like that all of this is happening amidst him already trying to defend his choices. So he's like extra frustrated about it. It's a good dynamic between the three of them.
Yeah. And then some levity,
Mhm.
which is always nice. That's why I love Hunter. We need a little laugh sometimes.
Yeah.
Coulson is at Roz's place, and when he's like, I didn't know there were this many biographies on Margaret Thatcher. I was like, okay, Roz loses some points. If Margaret Thatcher's her hero, I love you, Roz, but what? There are
Yeah.
other women you can look up to.
Yeah, I think like when you look at women who have had positions of power, that just seems like a very easy automatic choice without examining the nature of what they actually did. So yeah.
Yeah. Come on. I know we have some Brits in the chat. You just take your time to educate why Margaret Thatcher sucks.
I'm sure y'all know more than me. It was probably in your history books and not mine.
Oh, yeah, she sucked. But also like Roz is a woman in power. I get it. It's just funny. But like Coulson is like so suspicious of everything in here. And Tony, were you suspicious? Like where do you think this was going?
I don't know. I was just into the game. I was into the game that they play, the spy versus spy, spoken unspoken stuff. At no point was I like, oh, Coulson's let his guard down and he's cornered. At no point did I think, oh, Roz is going to harm him or capture him. I didn't think any of that. I was just really fucking mad they threw those burgers away. That was the thing that really stuck with me.
I too was wishing I had that burger. Now that we say it, I'm pretty hungry.
I'm hungry. Yeah, you want to grab something to eat after this, baby?
Yeah, let's go get some food after this. That's so nice.
Okay.
Cool. All right. May confronts Bobby for keeping herself locked up. That's what we found out, that she scattered her back in the day. One thing that I wish this show did more, which wouldn't totally work because of the ages, but I just wish we saw more of Shield Academy, like flashbacks or something. I've always said if I could have a spinoff of this show, if I could like create and write on a spinoff, it would be a Shield Academy show, because I love teen shit, and if it's like young people but training for Shield, oh, I would love that. Even though at this point it doesn't exist anymore. We don't have Shield Academy anymore because
Shield doesn't exist at all.
Yeah, exactly. But even still, that's something I would love to see. Let's see. I like the scene where Gideon calls Ward and just like scolds him about putting Werner in play, because he's right. What this kid doesn't know what he's doing, and you like you're just, it's such a bad. Everyone has bad plans lately.
And now Shield May has him, right? They got him. He was stabbed in the tummy, but they got him.
Yeah.
Baby Strucker. Yeah.
I think this episode also kind of shows that in some way the show doesn't know what to do with Ward.
Well, sure. 100%.
Yeah.
I know what to do with him. Drop him in the ocean.
That'd be karma.
Mm-hmm.
That would be, yes, huge karma. Yeah, I just think that they didn't, once they did the whole Hydra reveal, they didn't, I don't know. There's some interesting choices.
An amazing twist, but like, where do you go from here? Because the
exactly.
logical choice usually with first season villains is reform them, and they've and I respect that they're not doing that, but like you get to a point where like if you're not reforming them, what are you gonna do with them?
Because there's only so much you can also do with him and make him the big bad. And this also just shows that he is not Garrett, right? He is not Powers Booth's character. Like, he's just he's a terrible leader.
Yeah, he's not really doing anything. And I remember last season being like, ooh, what's Ward's master plan? He must have, he's smart. He must have something up the sleeve. And then just being kind of like, you dumbass. Like every time we like get like another piece of his like plan, I'm like, oh, it was that. So, and I was also on the, I said this in many episodes, season 1, season 2, of like, I'm sure we're going to reform/redeem Ward. But like now I guess he's just going to keep being there and being, bad at being a bad guy.
Yeah. Oh. Fitz made a new dwarf. Tony got mad and was like, there can't be 8 dwarves.
I am mad.
In that though, I kind of missed. What did it do?
It turns invisible. It's a invisible video recording thing. So they had a live look at what was going on under cover of invisibility drone.
They needed a little thing in the plot so they could go and spy on Rosalind and Coulson. Let's be.
I'm just saying that once you establish another dwarf that you previously made has to take a fucking hike. You have to retire that dwarf. You can't have 8.
And Once Upon a Time, though, there were 8 dwarves.
No. Okay.
Did you ever watch?
It's the ABC connection.
The ABC connection. There was an 8th dwarf.
Same universe. Yeah.
But let me tell you, I can get. There are a lot of things I know in this life, and one is that Tony is never going to watch Once Upon a Time. I haven't even watched it, although I think I would like it until I know it gets bad eventually. But that is not something we're going to force Tony.
We'll talk about it later, Jamie.
Okay, you give me your pitch. Tell me about these 8
dwarves.
I
did really love Once for a while. So
I believe that Maria's been watching it. Am I correct, Maria?
Maria, are you watching that?
Oh, not for the first time. Well, some of the seasons for the first time. I realized I actually dropped off way early in the run of the show, like probably end of season 2. And now we're somewhere in season 5. And it's been so long since we watched that now we're like, okay, I need like a 15-minute YouTube to explain what the hell is going on here.
You need a 15-minute YouTube to like say who's related to him.
Who is exactly? I need the web of like, okay, and then this person's dad, and also their uncle, and
Jackie and Maria's Once Upon a Time podcast coming to you in 2027.
Very good sidebar, everyone.
Has a podcast, and it's actually a one podcast, funnily enough. But anyways, back to S.H.I.E.L.D. More important.
Back to S.H.I.E.L.D. Gemma and Fitz have this sweet little awkward scene, which I love. The monolith isn't an option, but Fitz is trying other ways, and I really love, like, it's an odd situation, and then when he says, I am gonna know him, it's not even a question. Like, I just want to cry.
Yeah. It's sweet. It's very sweet.
Yeah. These two. I just want them to be happy.
That's what I said last. That's what I was told. I told this to Elizabeth. I said, I just want you guys to be happy.
Is anyone happy on this show, though?
Good point. Good point.
Could have been happy with a burger.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, no, never mind.
Spoilers. We'll talk about it when we kick Shoni out.
Yeah.
So they're spying on the ATC. We find out that they're keeping the Inhumans in these containment pods, and I really like how complex this is because Roz has noble reasons for why she's doing this, but it just doesn't from an outside perspective. It's nasty work. Like Coulson says, it looks like a horror movie, but she explains it's because her husband died of cancer. That's why she's doing it, because she feels like she can help these people. But we know, and how we view it, is that being an Inhuman it's not something to be cured, right? What do you think of this reveal of what they're doing, Tony?
It's kind of exactly what I expected, so I think maybe I was a little underwhelmed, but then again, we didn't really see fucking anything, did we? We saw a container with one entity get on like a grabby claw and go down a corridor. I don't know what's beyond there. This to me is not seeing the facility. I don't feel like we really saw. I think we saw a presentation of what we want someone to see. That's my impression. Maybe we'll see more. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I'm most interested. I'm very, very interested in this idea of what Daisy's going through, because she obviously has her own plight that's very relevant to this because she's Inhuman. But I'm always interested in this person is not having what I consider to be the correct emotional reaction to something. That is a very dicey thing. You cannot tell people how to feel or act. And you got to know that Coulson is the coolest cucumber of all the cucumbers that have ever been grown in a garden. So I think that he's
sweet. Put that on a t-shirt.
So you have to. Even if you think Coulson should be reacting some way, you have to know he's not showing that face to somebody who is potentially antagonistic towards them. So I think Daisy's jumping the gun. I think she's emotional. I get it. But and then, once they're not listening or watching anymore, we do hear Coulson say this looks like a horror movie, and he has some criticisms of how they're handling business. I just, I've watched this show enough times that I have some faith in they're not going to derail a character's relationship based on this, but it is an interesting conflict, and I'm excited to see how it percolates.
Jackie, how do you feel about what Roz is doing? Do you like is it good, bad? Is it the gray area?
Definitely gray. I remember when this first came out, and like I think a lot of my feelings, I was like just being really angry at her and Coulson, like because I've always team Daisy when it comes to a lot of things. But then also, if I remember correctly, I just feel like everything that they were doing with Inhumans felt very political, and things that I think even now people could relate to on a certain level, and I think Shield does that in general really well. I just remember getting really angry at I think Coulson and Roz in these moments because I was like Daisy, I feel like has she's right in some way, but
she is right in terms of like this isn't a good way to treat anybody.
Right,
This is interning people. She's wrong for thinking Coulson is being friendly.
For sure.
Yeah. Everyone's feelings are pretty justified.
Yeah.
You understand why everyone's feeling the way that they're feeling.
Yeah.
Then we get, which is such a good scene. May and Bobby kind of jump in while Werner is being tortured, and Bobby has a great fight. She's fighting in a pool, and then she uses her baton to electrocute. Something similar kind of happened in the new season of Peacemaker, and I love stuff like that. Tony, I felt like you were vibing with this scene. You were like really like in it.
Yeah, no, it's good. I knew when she got out of the pool and he was still in there and she grabbed those batons. I was like, those go zappy. I knew immediately that's how that guy was gonna meet his end. And also, I just didn't like that guy. He's a bad guy, and so it was nice to see Bobby back in the field and to fuck that guy up. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
She always is really good at outsmarting people. Like the comment where he's like, "I'm twice your size" or whatever, or I beat up people twice of your size, but she like outsmarts him, like, haha, you're in the fucking pool, I can electrocute you.
Yeah. And also that annoys the piss out of me because anybody who knows anything about martial arts has to know that size doesn't matter. Yeah. So it's anytime a bad guy's dumb enough to make that remark, I'm like, well, you're toast.
Yeah. Then let's see. This is what the big reveal. Werner tells May that Andrew is Lash, and that's crazy. She's shook, but now like now it's like, oh, that's why Andrew left May. That has to be it, right? Like I don't think there's a like, and we were like, and that was like a hanging thing of like, how could you leave May? And it's because he's going through it with his big blue monster phase. Tony's not liking it. I can see it. He's not into this plot point.
Well, yeah, it's like this isn't like an Incredible Hulk thing, because it's not as though he transforms without any control and then maybe doesn't remember what he did or what happened, right? He has the wherewithal to keep this a secret, and as Andrew asked about Lincoln, so he's hunting, right? And so I don't know what his intention is. Like, why is he doing this? I understand he's maybe recently been imbued with this new identity and this new power, but him as Andrew is conniving and like just by his nature, by what he's doing, anti-inhuman. So I'm just kind of a little floating in the air here. I don't really understand I don't understand him anymore, and I want to.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the show will help you out there.
How do you know? How would you know?
How
does Jackie even know?
Yeah. She's like,
I haven't seen this season like 20 million times.
Jackie, anything else about this episode that we didn't really touch on that you wanted to bring up?
No, not really, but I will say that Eric Lippman cut this episode, and what did he say? I messaged him on Instagram. I sent it to you. Where is it? And he said it was the reveal, like the big reveal with Lash, and that Dwight Little, like you mentioned earlier, he also directed Steven Seagal and Marked for Death, which was a great action movie in the 90s, and just had a lot of fun working on it. So
Yeah, I wish I didn't realize this was the only episode he directed, or I would have tried to get him on because, like, what a cool film.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're also coming off of like we're 2 days after Halloween, and he directed a Halloween. That would
a good
You
one.
know what? We
I love
got Jackie.
I
Who's
love
complaining?
Halloween 4. Yeah, Jackie, notorious horror fan.
She hides. For those who can't see, she's hiding.
Well, I was actually, when I was watching Lash, I was like, that reminds me a lot of, like, I feel like every werewolf movie on the face of the planet. You know what I mean? Like
Transformation scene and
yeah,
all.
the transformation scenes and stuff like that. So, and I feel like their VFX, they do a good job with the VFX kind of still holding up in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Tony, anything else from this episode that you wanted to bring up?
No, I said all the things.
Cool, awesome. Tony, who is your episode MVP?
Bobby.
Bobby's mine too.
Kicking ass, coming back in
mine's
the
also
field,
Bobby.
electrocuting, right?
Jackie, who's yours?
Oh, I don't know. I was thinking May, but also can we like give a round of applause just for Hunter and Daisy and Mac being in that van, just because like I'm like, give me a spinoff with the three of them. Like
yeah, they're a good team.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do a little. We'll see if I do a vote this week. A little history about this, because this episode is the 50th episode. There's actually like a really cute video of the cast like talking about their favorite moments in 50 episodes, and I'll share it online. I have to show it to Tony. I haven't showed it to him yet, but it made me thinking about this video made me realize that I dropped the ball this season on sharing the commercials for every episode. Usually I post those, and I haven't done that at all this season. So I'm gonna start doing that next week. My bad, everybody. Was too focused on guests and forgot about how I do Instagram things. But it's what's wild to me, Jackie, is that we're halfway to the 100th episode.
I know.
Because the 100th episode, everyone knows, big episode for us. I moderated that panel. Jackie was in the audience. Even we didn't know each other yet, but Jackie was in the audience.
That was a big day for me because
yeah, me too.
I might have fibbed a little bit to get out of work a little early. It's fine.
Worth it. Absolutely. Like what like I've still yet to do anything that cool like in my job.
You'll get there, Jamie. You'll get there.
Hopefully. Oh wow, there wasn't a lot more info. Like it was just like the celebration of the 50th. There was no like cool behind the scenes business.
I feel like this is a good episode for the 50th. Like knowing what's coming down, even though we didn't at the time. Just because like the Lash reveal was really cool, right? Like
yeah. And like it was all coming together. Everyone gets like a time to shine in this episode too, like which is important in a 50th. But I just like I want to thank all of our listeners. Like the fact that this is our 50th episode is really crazy. And we've had way more because of Patreon, but when it comes to the main pod, 50 episodes is pretty cool.
Thanks everybody.
We appreciate you. Speaking of Tony speaking, we're gonna kick you out in a second. So do you want to say some thank yous and goodbyes and all that business?
I'll do all that. Thank you to Stephanie at Eclectic Muses on socials for doing our artwork. Thank you to Ryan Mira of Yellow Pills at Yellow Pills Music on Instagram for doing our theme song. Thank you to our producer Maria, and happy birthday, producer Maria.
Thank you very much, and you're welcome.
And thank you, Jackie. It's always great having you.
It's always great being here.
Before we kick Tony out, I forgot. I wanted to bring up the fact that the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. auction ended, and I know a lot of our listeners won stuff in the auction. So when you get your items, please post and tag them. I want to see them. I didn't get the item I wanted the most, which was a season 6 item. It got way too pricey, but I did get a Coulson jacket, and I can't wait to just wear it. It's a leather jacket. I'm just gonna wear the shit out of that. And I was talking to our resident favorite collector, Jeremy. And he asked me, he goes, are you going to show it to Tony? Because it's from season 5. And I was like, I think we can spoil to Tony that at one point Coulson wears a leather jacket. I think that's okay. I think that is not a big enough spoiler that he can
Is
know.
there anyone in the chat that got the letter? Because that's what I want to know.
Let us know. Tag us.
What if it was Sari?
I think I would have heard about that.
Yeah, I think we would know. Okay, now that came up, thank you all. And Tony, get the fuck out of here.
I'm out of here. I gotta leave the room. Goodbye.
Oh, fun stuff. I feel like this episode, like now that we know that Andrew is Lash, there isn't a lot of big stuff coming around the corner in terms of surprises, other than obviously Ward is gonna die and become Hive, but Tony already knows Ward's gonna die
But
because of Brett.
also, I feel like Constance Zimmer piecing
Oh,
out.
that's a bit. He's gonna be so mad. Like
Well,
he's
I
not
think
just.
everybody is,
Yeah.
like was and stuff. Because I was like watching this episode, and I was like, oh no, we're getting closer to that.
Mhm.
No,
I
because I
know.
really liked them. Like, I mean, I ship May and Coulson together, but like, there's something else between Roz and Coulson that just was a little extra spicy.
Exactly. Like obviously, like I also am a Felinda girly, but like I really wasn't though until season 4. Like they were not people that I was really paying attention to, and Roz helped me get over Amy Acker not coming back. Like she was a good, like I like when shows like we have like small relationships and stuff. Like again, it doesn't have to be endgame. It just we're just excited that there's a little romance happening.
Yeah. And
And
Hot Potato, I think, is also a big episode to come up, right? Or that's season.
That's season 4.
Is it season 4?
Hot potato soup.
Right? Because it's the big one where they're passing around the necklace. Am I like?
Oh, is that season 3? Is that one? Isn't that the one with all the Koenigs?
Isn't it the episode? I'm thinking of the episode where Lincoln dies.
Oh, I don't know which one that's called. That's the finale.
Okay, maybe I'm getting confused. But that was the episode that
Chekhov's necklace.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking of or whatever. Because that's when obviously Lincoln really like steps in.
Okay, yeah, the Defrosted Robot is confirming. Hot Potato Soup is the season 4 Koenig episode, like I thought, but Ascension is when Lincoln dies in the finale.
Oh, okay.
Which I was so happy when he died.
I was crying. I was like, how dare, because it goes into season 4. That's right. Because season 4, that's when we get goth Daisy for a few episodes, and she's introduced to Ghost Rider.
She's so sad.
Yeah, and stuff.
I love it.
But I was so sad. But speaking of promos, that would be a good promo to show Tony, because I remember that very clearly of like who's going to end up with the necklace. And I remember constantly having those conversations with like my friends, or even like talking to people on Twitter about like who's going to end up with the necklace.
Yeah. I'm also like the one episode that we have for the rest of the season that I'm most excited about is probably Space Time, which I love that episode. It's one of my favorites, and like I've said in the pod many times, even though season 3 is my least favorite season, there are individually I love the episodes. It's just the overall arc. I just don't really care for Hive. I think that they kind of dropped the ball in Secret Warriors. Like it was a cool idea that they didn't really fall through, and it makes me sad that we don't get more Joey. There's so many factors.
Yeah,
but I still enjoy it.
Always made me I know.
Sad. And I think it's just that the actor got another job. Like it's not like that happens in this kind of stuff. Like that's just the way it goes.
I really liked this episode because it's the first time or not this episode, but like the season overall. It's because Daisy really steps into herself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that really resonated with me. And yeah, I don't know. She just really grew, like she grew so much from Sky, from season 2 to season 3, and stepped into her power. It stepped into her power both physically, I think, as the Chloe as the character, and herself too. So just steps up the game, and that's why it sits at number 2.
Fair. What's number 1? 7. Right. 7. If you don't know Jackie, she's like the biggest Doocy shipper of all time. So God, I can't wait for Tony to see that reveal coming, even though it's a million years away.
Such a long time.
I know. That's the one that kills me the most. Especially because we're so close to Agent Carter season 2. Like, and then he's just gonna forget. I think he's just gonna forget about it. Which is fun. What can you do? Yeah. But there's like, it's interesting to me that Tony isn't liking this Lash Andrew thing, but I love where it goes. I really like the way that arc ends, even though it's sad that we lose Andrew.
Right.
But that's fine. And then of course, like we're also gonna lose Will. Like, you know, they set all this up and then he goes, and then it's just like a lot of drama's coming.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, but I'm
I'm
excited.
sure he'll be excited about Lincoln dying though.
Yeah, he will be. And it's a good death. It is a good death. Like it does evoke emotion. I'm not like I think that he died in a noble, nice way.
Yeah.
Anything else just about season 3 in general? Any more spoilery things?
No. No.
Great, me neither. I think this was a great time. It's always fun to have like somebody who knows the show so well on because a lot of times it's, you know, casual fans or people from the show that just don't remember things. So
is Parting Shot in this is coming up?
Yeah. I don't think not until the second half of the season,
Okay.
but yeah, that's also obviously one of the best episodes.
Yeah, I think that might be the best episode of the season, if I'm being honest.
I would call it maybe the second best after last week's.
Yeah, fair.
But I think my top 3 of this season are 4,722 Hours, Parting Shot, and Space Time. I think are the best 3 for me. Drop in the comments your favorites. We love to hear it. And a reminder, follow us on socials, particularly Instagram, to find out our next show. I know it's going to be November 9th, season 3, episode 7, Chaos Theory. It might be at 1, but it might be pushed to 1:30 because apparently David goes hiking on Sundays is what he told me. But I really hope it works out because like he directed some amazing Buffy episodes as well, so he's a really cool person to get. Jackie, always a pleasure. I love you so much. Thank you for being here.
Bye.
Let's hang out soon.
Yeah.
And everyone in the chat, you guys were popping today. Like we had a really good chat today, and I appreciate that. And I just want to say one more time, happy birthday, Maria!
Happy birthday, Maria!
Thank you guys.
Bye everybody.
Bye.